Hello! We are back for part 2 of the 2016 videos that are all about goals and achieving them and all that fun stuff. So, what was that? So like I mentioned in my previous video, I learned some things last year that I either do want to do this year or that I don't want to do this year. And when it comes to the goals that I had set for myself this previous year, and I looked back and I said, okay, well, why didn't this happen? And why didn't I think about this more? Because now I'm kind of bummed that this isn't where I am in my life, and I feel like I could have been doing so much more and just beating myself up. And I was like, this is not how I want to start the year. And I looked at everything and I was like, okay, well, why didn't this happen? And I had to, give myself a reason why. So after all that, I realized there are 3 things that I feel people commonly do that inhibit them from achieving the goals that they set for themselves every single year. The first one is as followed. Obviously, I didn't act on my ideas or my thoughts. That's pretty simple. Number 2, I didn't have an accountability partner, so no one was able to kind of be like, hey, how's this going? Are you completing this? That could be a really big one. Support systems are everything, and if the person that you're with or the people that you surround yourself don't care or don't have an interest in you, you can forget about it. You're gonna be down in a ditch before you even know it, and you won't even realize that you are compromising your own wants and dreams for someone else. I had set specific dates for when I wanted things to be completed by, or when I would have liked them to be completed, but I didn't do dates in between to actually check off those tasks, so that was an issue. Moving forward this year, I'm going to be setting specific dates in my planner. I also realize I'm a very easily distracted person, and if I don't allot hour by hour how I'm doing my day or going through my day, I tend to just kind of let things like trickle off, so can't have that this year. So for the big pictures, I'm gonna set dates, but for the smaller ones to help me get to that goal, I'm gonna set more specific dates. So every single week, I will go through and look at my goals and say, okay, what do I need to do to get to that goal? Because initially life is a goal, right? Like your whole life, you probably have some kind of idea about how you want it to go. I don't really believe in resolutions, but I do believe in living with integrity, and I do believe that what you put out in this world is what you're gonna get back. So living intentionally is huge for me, and your life goal is broken up these yearly goals that you set yourself, which is broken up by even more smaller goals that you have to do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis to get to where you want to go. And doesn't that just sound like the definition of success? Like accomplishing things to get to that end picture? That's success in my book. So for an example, I have a master declutter plan for this year. I want to go through my entire house and get everything that I don't need, that's weighing me down, that is baggage, that is clutter and unnecessary things out of my house. Paper, books, bags, just junk that I don't need anymore. But that's a very overwhelming task. So I actually have set up every single week what needs to get done, what zone in the house it needs to get done, and I even put on my planner little stickers for every single week what zone is getting attacked, so that way at the end of the month I can check all of those things off. Those are those little tiny steps that you're gonna take and make sure that they get done. Now, if I didn't put the stickers in my planner, chances are I'd forget that I was even really doing a declutter, and then the month would end and I would be like, oh, I didn't do anything from my declutter project. So you have to be accountable in that way. You have to visually see it and know what you're doing, make it a part of your routine, because essentially good habits become routines which help you get to an end goal. So all the little steps are not just like things that you need to do, they're actually habit forming things. Most likely something that is a goal for you requires steps, it requires time, and it's investing in yourself. So it's habits, really. Goals are things that are derived from habits. Maybe your goal is to run a marathon. Well, you need to make a habit of running, right? So it's the same kind of principle. So look at these things as forming habits. You have to repetitively do them. You have to be reminded of them. So put it in your planner, set dates on your calendar, have a friend ask you how you're doing each week, or a family member, your significant other, to keep you on your toes, to keep you focused, to keep you in line. So that way you're making sure that you set the smaller goals to get to the big one. Got it? Because these things are habits, you have to align with what you're doing every single day with that goal. You can't make these goals a thing you think about once or twice a year. It's just not gonna happen. So if you're not aligning what you want in life with the actions that you're taking on a daily basis, forget about it. Every action needs to be intentional. I know it sounds like a lot of work, but like I said, habits become easier the more you do them. So just get started, jot it down on a piece of paper, and then create a functional plan and a system for how you're gonna do it. I'm gonna show you mine right now. In a previous video, I shared with you my Erin Condren planner. Well, that is like my big planner. And then I also have my work planner and my bullet journal, which I have a new setup, and this is going to have its own video very soon. Stay tuned, it's awesome. I'm pretty obsessed with it. You're going to be too. And then I have my handy dandy legal pad. I love legal pads, they're the greatest thing. There are some things on here that you don't need to see. It's personal. I brain dumped my goals for the year, broke them up into different sections. I don't really want to show you specifically, but you can just see I have YouTube, freelance work, home, finances. And then the next page were those goals broken up even more. So each thing was specifically what I wanted, and then under it were the action steps that I need to take. All of this is going to get streamlined and put into my bullet journal, okay? So that way it's with me all the time. And then the action plan that I need to take, for instance, the declutter, will go onto sticky notes with dates. So that way I know that I'm doing them. For example, on Sunday, I know I have more free time. That's when I can do my declutter. So if I want this to happen, this action needs to happen on Sunday. I have a sticker. It says kitchen counter, cabinets, and drawers. So that means on Sunday, I'm going through there like hell, and I don't even know if that's the right frame of what? No, Haley, just next 2 weeks from now. Sunday, pantry, food, fridge, and storage. That's happening. Third week in January, receipts, coupons, recycling, trash, extra paper. So this is going to help me to accomplish the first 4 weeks of the year. So that way at the end of the month, I'm like, oh my gosh, I actually did all those things because it was already in there for me to do. It was telling me to do it. Can you tell I just had coffee? I'm like, woo! Now, I didn't plan out February yet because in the case that something changes, maybe I had to pick a different day, there's a little bit of flexibility there. But this is just one example of how I will be doing that. The other thing that was a goal of mine was to read more, and I feel like that's always a goal of mine, but I couldn't just say, well, I want to read more. I actually need to fill out the book that I'm reading and the chapters at which I'm going to read. So again, Sunday, chapters 1 through whatever of that specific book that I'm reading. That is how I'm going to be bringing up everything that I'm doing this year. And I've already had a few friends who I've been talking about some of the goals, and I was like, will you guys keep me accountable? Like, will you check in with me? I'll check in with you, buddy system it up. Let's do this. Let's make this an awesome year. Because that just feeds off of motivation, or I feed off of motivation. And I always did it for workouts and fitness stuff, but when you do like your big life stuff, it's cool because then you go through things together with people and things are way more rewarding. So I feel like I'm talking so much. Whew. The last thing I want to leave you guys with is to enjoy the year. Don't feel like you have to conquer everything, save the world, cure this or that, although that'd be nice. Do what you want to do what you need to do for yourself, and always remember to love others, because that was one thing I didn't talk about. Technically the 16th thing I've learned is to just love bigger, love people who I wouldn't normally love, or people who I may judge, because that's really how we're all going to function in this world. So the world does need more love. And that was my 2016 Achieving Your Goals. We're just gonna get it all done. I am pumped for this year, if you can't tell. So yeah, like I said, bullet journal setup coming very soon. I will give you a quick little just snippet because I'm getting very into all this fancy schmancy handwriting. Can you even see that? I don't even know if you can. Sailor boy. That might be a new boyfriend. What? That might be for another video. I don't think I've ever been embarrassed on a video before. So I hope you guys got something out of this video, and I want to see what you guys are doing for your planner setup. I want to see your goals. So please, please send me a photo on Instagram. Tag me, Haley M. Cairo, right here. Also, if you guys don't follow me on Hale's Health Instagram, I just recently started a new cut. So I'm posting a lot of like recipes and workouts and things like that. So you guys should check that out, especially if one of your goals is to get fit and healthy. So you guys can join me on that over there. But I want to see what you're doing. So we're going to pick a hashtag. It's going to go right here. I think we're going to have it be May movement related because we need to get this up and running, guys. You guys ask me all the time, is May movement still a thing? Yes, it is. So we are going to make this year awesome, be amazing. Literally so stoked about this year. I can't really even talk anymore. So hashtag will be here if you guys want to send me your goals, send me send me planner pictures. So yeah, pretty psyched, I really just need to go now. Okay, that's it. I have videos coming up soon. Love you guys.